Hi, I'm Maribel Alman,
And I'm Dominique Mess.
and we are the creators of Group Coaching HQ. And today we're going to tackle the question of how to manage group dropouts and attendance. We actually reframed the question in terms of how do we set clear expectations from the start.
And the reason we did that is you might have some group dropouts, but what you really want to do is try to avoid them as much as possible. And the best way to do that, I think one of the most important things that you can do is to have extremely clear expectations from the start. So making sure that you are bringing in people who are dedicated and that you know are a really great fit for the program.
So you definitely, and one of the things we have done in the group coaching HQ is having a very solid process to make sure that the people are accountable, they have the buy-in, they are coming in full force to be fully focused in the program and their learning and their development. But we want to make sure that, yes, they have that type of mindset, but even when you start, allowing a moment for the group to set their own norms. How are they going to self-manage? What will happen if someone is not showing up? And not just not showing up physically. Are they showing up mentally and emotionally? Because just because you're on camera or in the room doesn't mean that you're actually there. So the norms is a critical part of that process.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we think that it's really important to consistently reinforce the fact that if someone is not showing up, again, whether it's in person or simply by not being present to the call, they're really impacting the whole group. A group is a unit, there's a dynamic that's created between that group. And if one person is not there, whether it's mentally or physically, then that group dynamic changes. And so it's really important to help the participants understand just how much their presence or lack of might be impacting the whole group.
And if you do find and you and I have had experiences with group coaches, like, okay, the person has left. What do I do now? Right. So that's the next question that comes up. But it is important that you address it, right? And as the group coach, introduce that question. It's like, what's next? What has been the impact? How do you want to move forward? And perhaps you may need to help them reset the norms of how they work with each other, because the dynamic will have changed now that that person has left the group.
Yeah, and I'll just add a very quick thing to that is really leave some space for the group to actually bring up and voice their concerns about the person leaving, their questions, their feelings, so that nothing is left unsaid, and there can be a really good amount of transparency and a fresh start with the new unit that's been created when that person left.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dom.
Thank you so much, Maribel. We'll see you at our next Ask Us Anything.